So my sister, I have an older sister, God rest her soul now. I was 5. I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, small island in the West Indies. And she took me to the racetrack. I'll never forget it. Saw this gray horse and I fell in love with it. I was 15 when I came to the United States in 1973. And I got wasn't really involved in horse racing. I was going to school and I went to East New York Vocational Technical High School, which is about maybe a mile and a half, 2 miles from Aqueduct. And after we finished class about 2:15, we had track. I used to run track and field. And I'll run to Aqueduct, make a daily double bet. So friends and me, we make it, and then go back and finish doing our track thing. And then look at the newspaper the next morning to see, did we win? And if we win, we go back and just keep repeating it. And then I was fixing computers and I got a job at the racetrack with American Toot. And I was throwing away my money and my wife said one day to me, she said, you don't know what you're doing. You're betting these horses, you don't understand anything. Why you don't try and figure out what to do? I said, you know something? We had some real estate in Brooklyn, we sold it. And I moved out to Oklahoma, from New York to Oklahoma. And a guy named Robert Hayes, he taught me everything. He was a trainer and he taught me everything. And then we came back east, back in like 88, 87. And been struggling up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And this is the breakout year. Goes to the sale every year and try to buy 7, 8, 10 2-year-olds. And I think that's the only way as a small investor you could do it.
So since you own them, you are your own boss.
Oh yes, that's the only reason I could run Discreet Lover any place I want to. Otherwise, they would have. If I had an owner, they would have took him away. This guy is crazy. What is he doing? Running in a Met Mile, right? It costs 19,800 or something like that to run in a Met Mile. So if you don't hit the board, it costs you 19,800. You finish fourth. I think we got 70 or 80,000. In the Suburban, it costs 11,000 and change. If you don't hit the board, you got to pay 11,000 and change. Ain't no owner going to let you, especially he's 50, 60 to 1, they say, this guy is nuts. But when you're the own boss, you could do that.
Right.
You know, if you mess up, well,
it's on yourself.
Right. You look at it yourself. So it's, for small people, it's great. We're small, but my son, he's there all the time helping me. My daughter is not there no longer. She's went to think, my wife, when she's not working on weekends, she's there. And she's there every evening. If she comes in, I'm there 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night. She's like, you need something done? She comes. The shed room might be raking up. She comes, she rake up the shed room. So it's a family affair. I got a few helps, but it's a family affair, and we just work hard. I was thinking Breeders' Cup when we got to the Whitney. I thought I could win the Whitney, and then we had that where we stopped for like 45 minutes before we ran that race. And we walked around and walked around and walked around. And he came flying, he finished third. And I thought we could have won it. Then the next race, it wasn't a win and you win. So we said, it's okay. But when we said the Jockey Club Gold Cup, we thought we'd win it. I bet 200 across the board. I thought my horse could win it. I got about 12,860. I will never forget that.
Why did you think he could win it? Why were you so confident?
Because every horse that beat him, except Gun Runner, when he meets them the second time or the third time, he narrows the gap. In the Suburban, the first I beat him 8.5 lengths. In the Whitney, he beat him 4.25 lengths. And in the Jockey Club Gold Cup, we beat him 4 or 5 lengths. So he narrows the gap, so that's why I thought he had a chance to be diversified.
Would you be here if you had not won a win in your end? Because you mentioned going to races.
I said I would. I told her that I wouldn't do that because I gotta put 150,000 up. I'm not gonna take 150 that he earned already, take it out the bank and put it back. No, that don't make sense. One of those trips when the gate opened, I wanted him to take back, and he did. He took back, and we were just sitting there. But we saw 22. I think it's 22 and 2 or 22 and 3, something like that. And then they went 45 and 3, which is sprinting time. 3/4 in 109. I'm like, wow, they're gonna stop. And when they swing for home, as soon as they swing for home, we knew we had a shot because he got real close. He was within like 2-3 lengths of them, and I'm like, just keep coming back. And he came on, and right at the wire. We know he won. He's just getting better. When he back then, he still didn't know everything. He's looking around, I think, but now he's so focused.
Talk about this whole experience for you.
It's one of those things I will never ever forget. I wish every trainer in the world could experience it at least once.